as mewgenics continues to break concurrence records on Steam, my friend Chester and I wanted to introduce you to some games that have very few or zero reviews that just might pique your fancy. So the first one we're going to talk about today is called Carmencarmen, and it's essentially it gives me very much Easy Delivery Co. vibes. You're driving around in this little PSX graphics taxi cab looking thing, but there's a surrealism and horror and weirdness to this game that I just can't get over. I think it looks absolutely stunning, and that's kind of all I have to say about it. I can't wait to dive in and explore the world more, and it's a free game, so there's no reason not to break up that most recent mewgenics session with Carmencarmen. This next game is called Swimpossible. It looks a little memey, definitely looks a little rage baity, but the thing that really sold me on it is that it looks like baby steps but swimming, and that just sounds like a really nice conceit. And while I'm sure it is not as precise, as made with care, as good as something like Baby Steps, I think it could still be fun. You can currently pick it up for just over $5. Okay, SnowBot. Gives major Wall-E vibes. And since this video is kind of supposed to be something that looks and plays very much not like the game that's taking over everyone's brains currently, I think you can't do much better than this. We got 3D graphics. We got a short little puzzler that can provide some relief from the mewgenics haze that we are all in. And while I think, parts of it do look like they could be janky since it was made by a small team, the 34 reviews are very positive and saying that the game's short, fun, well done. What more could you want? All you explorers out there should pick this one up, and it's also free. Look at that. DJ Bunny is the exact kind of game I want to see these days. It's entirely hand-drawn, very creative, cute little puzzler, and it incorporates a bunch of music elements made by a developer who is not a man. 13 positive reviews on Steam. Let's get that number up, folks. Look how cute this game is, and ding, 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 you guessed it, free. Okay, kind of pivoting 180 here to something that was definitely made by a man. Just another boomer shooter, and it's made by Void Fox Studios. Currently 5 user reviews. What really caught my eye about this game was the super S's that we all like to draw in those notebooks back in elementary school, but also just the graphics. Incredible graphics, as you can see. There's this unique style to the game, has a lot of other elements that you would expect in a boomer shooter, this kind of fast-paced FPS gameplay, and I just think it's worth probably a look, at least just at the trailer here, to see the creativity that is on display for these smaller games these days, even in such a well-trodden genre like the boomer shooter. That said, it's $10. You might want to use the refund policy on this one. I'm not sure how deep the gameplay is, but I would still give it a look. All right, do you want to throw your life away for $5 instead of $25 to $30? That's the question I'm asking today with looking at Dice Goblins Clicker. It's a kind of one of these automated idle games where you make the number go up and the screen gets really wild, and the goblins are cute, the pixel art is good, you can buy upgrades, you can make your goblins go into a black hole apparently. What's not to like? This one's only got 2 user reviews, but it looks really quality for a game like this. Just coming out in that mewgenics window appears to have really tanked it. So at $5, pick this one up if you want to throw your life away on another game, like I said. Eel On Mask is the balm to what I would call an overproduced era in games. It's entirely hand-drawn, it's small, it was actually originally made for a game jam, and while some of it can be finicky, I think that overall it scratches the exact itch that I'm looking for as an enthusiast, as far as there's light level creator elements there. It looks like nothing else that I've played in a long time, and it's kind of that simple platformer vibe that always gives me nostalgia for what I played growing up. So my hat's off to Eel On Mask for making a hand-drawn looking game that apparently plays pretty well too. And it's also free, so there's no reason not to grab this one and have it break up some of your longer sessions. All right, probably one of the most intriguing games on the list this week is The Last Lodge, a medieval psychological horror game where you run an inn, prepare orders, and ultimately have to kind of get influenced by a shadowy stranger. This is the exact kind of thing that I would love to play in a game because I would never love to live it myself. And that's kind of all that games are, right? You can make cheese for someone who comes and demands cheese. You can sacrifice someone who comes and demands a sacrifice. And it's all in these graphics that give definitely the uncanny valley vibe. As you can see here, here's our villain. And while I am very curious to learn more about him, I'm really glad I don't have to come face to face with him in real life. So my hat's off to Cuspy Studios. This one only has one user review, folks. Go ahead and try it. It looks like a great vibe and something that wouldn't be too long, wouldn't cut too much into your cat breeding time. And at $5 full price, $3.49 currently, I don't think there's much reason not to. Zeri Factory was one that I was considering whether or not to put on the list, but mainly decided to just for the reason of it's such a simple and often explored concept, but mixing those in a way that looks really fun with these simple, stylish graphics, and the music is quite good too. It's Tetris, but also a platformer while Tetris is happening, so you're controlling the pieces as they fall and controlling the little character, which is named Zeri. And I just think there's so much simplicity and elegance in addition to potential in this format. There's a demo, which is great because I think at, the $17 price point that it is full price, it could be a little bit rich for my blood. And so I'm excited to download the demo and see if this can really catch my attention. All right, folks, those are the games for the day. If I had to pick one, it would be Carmen. Free game. Absolutely immaculate vibe. Go check it out. Otherwise, I'm really happy to have shared all these games with you. And now I gotta get back to playing some of that cat game that I just can't get enough of. Peace.